Well, good morning, everyone. I'm Sheree Stapleton, the Executive Director of Mothers of Joy Institute, and I have an awesome person that I am going to present to you today. Most of you know that we do community work, and there is a lot of things. If you are a part of Flint and Genesee County, there's something going on all the time. But a lot of times, we don't know exactly everything that's happening. So today I'm going to be able to and so honored to present something to you today that you didn't even know was in your backyard and that is available for your children and also for you today. I'm going to bring on Miss Denise Dillard. She is the executive director of Crossover Outreach, and she has something she wants to talk to you about today. Wait. Before we get off into the fun stuff, let's talk about what Crossover has and what Crossover provides for Flint and Genesee County.
All right. Well, thank you, Charisse. I
You're welcome.
appreciate the opportunity to be here with you.
No problem.
Um, I've known Charisse for much longer than we look like we could know each other,
Oh man.
and have worked with her for many years. And she does wonderful work in the parenting realm. And we appreciate being able to come alongside and lift up those same families that Charisse is working with.
So let's say quick story. I had an interview during a time where life had happened to me, and I got my suit. Guess where? From Crossover Outreach. And guess what? I got that job. So I just wanted kind of to put that little plug in there for those who may kind of be slipping over from Crossover. If you're having shortcomings, Denise will talk more about what they have to provide. But if there's something that you're lacking or needing, it is a place where you can go and there's no judgment there. There is help there. There is conversations about even your next steps there. So now, since I put in that little shameless plug about my history, uh
Well,
I
and
wanted to make sure I did that.
And I love how you put it, Charisse. We are here on a daily basis trying to lift people up with help for with free emergency food, clothes, personal hygiene products, cleaning supplies, household items, because life happens. It happens to all of us at one point or another. And so we were started by three of our downtown churches. The beautiful thing is, everything we do is out of our faith. There isn't an expectation of anything in return. It's that we know Jesus told us that our job on this planet, on this earth, is to treat our neighbors with love and dignity and respect, and to try to help whenever we have the opportunity to help. And so that is what Crossover was built on. Is we work with over 100 agencies in this community who are doing amazing things, just, like Charisse, working with people, helping them to find their way through difficult times, and to attain that self-sufficiency, that ability to maintain and to do what you want to do when you want to do it. But sometimes that journey has some bumps, and that's why we're here, is to help over those bumps so that people don't get knocked back to square one. We want to keep people moving forward and help them be successful on that journey towards self-sufficiency.
Denise, the young people say life be lifing.
Life be
And
life.
life be lifing. And
Yeah.
the whole thing about it is that there are so many resources in our community that are available. And I pray that people don't allow pride or, feeling like if I go here, people are going to talk about me. It's so much bigger than those things, right? It's not about a handout, it's truly about a hand up. And those are the things that we as community partners and community organizations want our community to know, that no one is here to make you feel bad. No one is here to make you to look down on you. If anything, we know what it's like to be where you are. And
Yeah.
we just want to make sure that you understand that your community is here to help you. So,
Absolutely.
Miss Denise, just before we go into the cool video, I want you to tell just a little snippet before don't tell everything. Yeah, stay with me though. I get
Okay.
excited about this kind of stuff.
So we have those daily things that we talked about, the daily programs.
Mhm,
Um, Basic needs, very important, exceptionally important.
mhm.
But then we have all of our wonderful families with kids who, when the budget is stretched beyond stretched, there are times of the year and there are things that just don't make it into that budget because it's just not within, it's not fathomable. Even today with all the prices of food going up and the box is getting
Mhm,
smaller and all the things that are
mhm.
going on. But so we have a special place in our hearts here for our kids and making sure that just because money is tight, we don't want them to miss out on opportunities. And so we help with back to school every year. We help with Easter, with Thanksgiving, with Christmas. We do new coats for kids starting November 1st to make sure that not only do they have a warm winter coat, but it is new and they feel good in it. That they go to school and they're like, yeah, I look good. I feel good. I'm ready.
Remember
Um,
remember that date, November 1st.
November 1st. And we'll be putting out signups for our back to school because that's about making sure they have some new clothes, new underwear, new socks,
Mhm.
new shoes, new backpack, new supplies as well. But one of my favorite things that we do is give kids the opportunity to go up north to have a week of sleepaway camp in a safe and loving environment. It is our one specifically Christian program because the kids go to an Episcopal campground in Presque Isle, Michigan. And it is the one we ask for money. We ask $10. In exchange for that $10, there's a pre-camp party where the kids get to meet each other. We charter a bus, so the kids ride. We take the kids from Flint up to Presque Isle on the bus, which they always love because there's a bathroom on the bus, which is super, super
Nice.
cool. We sign them in. They stay at camp from Sunday to Friday. We go back up and we bring them back down. So it's an amazing week. And if the $10 is a barrier, then we will sponsor that $10. It's not about the money. It's about being where we need to be when we need to be there. And if there's some barrier that keeps you from being able to be where that is on that day, that you would call us and let us know so we can try to help make sure that it can happen for you.
And I'm just here to tell you, there is something that's exciting that happens when the children are up there. I'm considering about being a chaperone just so I could go and see it. So I want you all to take a moment and to look and see because like Denise said, we all work in our collective places. I am into helping children create what's is something called PACES, which is positive childhood experiences. When children go through traumas and they go through different hardships, sometimes, well, I won't say sometimes, majority of the times, it's important to have things that are available that create those positive childhood experiences. And, being homeless, not having certain things, and just having, the pandemic took us all through a big thing, right? It let the whole world see what it was like to go through some things. And I know that a lot of people are still trying to recover and still trying to get their bearings, but there's organizations that are out here to help you and your family to do that. But this one is going to take your children to go see a waterfall that is in Michigan. Did you know that Michigan had waterfalls? I did not know that not until too long ago. We have so many beautiful things to go and see. And this would be an opportunity for your children to do that. So let me give you a little snippet. I was excited when I found it. They have this aerial kind of view of it. But take a moment and to see where they're going to be taking your children. And Miss Denise, if you could say the name of this fall.
So it's a Native American name. It's
Mhm.
Akiak Falls.
All
And
right.
it's actually the first handicap accessible waterfall in the state of Michigan. So up at Camp Chickagami, which is where the kids go, they do water tests, make sure the kids that know how to swim, that all the safety factors have been taken into consideration. So
Mhm.
when they go to the waterfall for their field trip from the camp with cabins on the lake in the woods, if that wasn't fun enough, they get to go to a field trip to Akiak Falls. They take their they actually take their lifeguards with them, and so there are spots in the
You'll see a
falls.
lot of them standing in here
Yeah.
too.
So they can walk in the falls, and then there's one section where it's a little bit deeper that they can set up, and the kids can jump off of one level down into the water on the other. And they absolutely love it. They have all their little vests on for safety and all of that, plus the lifeguards. It's a fantastic, fantastic time.
All right, well, here we go. Our snippet into oh my goodness,
Akiak.
Akiak Falls. Okay, it don't want to open for me now. It wouldn't, would it? Yeah, hold on. Come on. Just when we was being great. Ain't that how it go? Let's see. I'll stop my screen share and I'll start it over again. It's always the technology, but it ain't gonna get us today. We, we are here for it all. All right, here we go. See, there's one of those lifeguards.
And that's where they get to jump. There you go.
This is amazing. And I'm
And
looking at the
there's,
levels. It's not a lot of deep levels, so I like that. It's a lot of places where you can walk and your feet are just covered by the fall. And the other thing is your children are going to be water swimming from crossover to
yeah,
go.
cross crossover does provide water shoes for all of the kids to make sure that they have the proper footwear to go to the falls and to have a great time. All right.
Oh no, this is beautiful.
It's a gorgeous area. It's about 4 hours north of Flint, and it's just the kids have such a wonderful time. You know, obviously they're going to make s'mores. They're going to sing songs. They're going to do crafts. You know, they're right there on the lake, so they get their swim evaluations and they get to play in the water and have just a great time. It is a Christian campground, so it's kind of a vacation Bible school level. So they do learn about God, and they do have services um, in the evenings. We had one young man, we asked the kids to either write or share something about what camp meant to them on the way back home. And we had them write a letter one year, and this young man wrote about something, and he wrote the word complain. And
Mm.
I'm not Episcopal. I grew up in a Methodist church. So our director at the time attended the Episcopal church. So I went to Craig and I asked him what it meant. Well, it was actually Compline, and that's just the name of an evening prayer service. And
Mm.
he really enjoyed
It's
that
easy to
service every
save with the
evening.
Kroger.
Sorry. Let's get back. I can't see. I'm here, but I ain't. Just a minute. All right, we're back to our regularly scheduled. Okay.
So, but it's just a really wonderful week. I was going to say I can. There's Camp Chikagami has, and if I'm trying to figure out how to share. Oh, there
There
it
you
is.
go.
They have this amazing. You can kind of see back behind. They set up each of the kids in different camp. They have their cabin groups, and so I just wanted to share some of
Oh,
these
you should. Well,
uh,
you should give them.
because this is from last year. Some of the actually one of our first counselor in training kids that went up to be a counselor is in this photo. Um, they have the cabins where they go for eating and playing. There's lots. You can see the beautiful lake behind the kids. But it's just a really amazing week of fun for the kids. As you can see, they do have a really good time and they get really goofy and enjoy it.
As they
Um,
should. Outside,
yeah,
being outside.
yeah. And the
Hmm.
thing that I love the most is the kids that are kind of iffy and not quite sure if they want to go or not
Nice.
are always the kids that when we get there to pick them up say, "Oh, I'm so going back next year." Or they're crying because they don't want to leave.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, what an opportunity, Flint. What an opportunity. So, Miss Denise, if
Yeah.
you would be so kind, keep showing your pictures. I'm not rushing
Okay.
you at all. Um, but how does one and how much time do we have? Because I know that time is kind of running out. I
Well,
got some people that has to get some paperwork and stuff in too. So,
yeah, we have two sessions that we're doing this year. We're sending 9 and 10-year-olds up the week of the 7th through the 12th of July. And so that's 29 and 10-year-olds go for that 7th through the 12th of July. And then another 20, 11, and 12-year-olds will go the following week, which is the 14th through the 19th. So we leave on a Sunday morning and we come back on a Friday. And we have to get things in as soon as possible. Our original deadline was May 31st, but we've gotten an extension. So the paperwork that I have right now says the 7th. That's what we're hoping to get all of them in by, to get all the documentation in. But we're just trying to make sure that we get 20 kids for each week and that we want to make sure that the kids have the opportunity, right? We want them to experience, have all these wonderful experiences and not have money be the thing that keeps them from developing independence in a safe environment, from gaining confidence that they can do these things, from and this is our bus. But it's just such a wonderful time for kids. They make friends from
yeah,
all sorts of different places. They
yeah.
realize that everybody has similar situations and that we have so much more in common than we do that separates us.
Then we realize actually, right? Hmm.
Absolutely.
Cool thing is to be able to do something that creates positive childhood experiences. I'm so for it. I am here for this. And outside, being outside actually helps the neural pathways in the brain, and it does a lot for just reconstruction, play play, fresh air, being able to just be a kid. And those are the things that a lot of our children, they're so worried about school and so worried about other adult things that they shouldn't have to worry about. So
Yeah.
this is actually an opportunity for them to go and to be with other children and just to be kids, just to have fun and to enjoy an opportunity.
Well, and to give you an idea of how much fun they have, we already have 8 kids who went last year who've signed up again for this year because they want to go back and they want to see the friends that they made and they want to reconnect with those friends. And we're firm believers that, one time is great, but multiple times is going to continue that positive reinforcement of the things that they're learning
That's
and
right.
experiencing. And it's just going to give them that, hopefully, give them some of those tools that as they get older and encounter some peer pressure types of things, that they have more tools to combat that, to stand up for themselves, to
That's
be
right.
confident and that they are not alone.
That's right. That's right. These types of opportunities help you to learn how to communicate and how
Absolutely.
to deal with situations because we all know that um just living is hard work
Uh-huh.
and to remind them that they can do hard things and that stress doesn't play always have to play a factor. And that is what I'm just so thankful about pertaining to this. Um I don't do you have a flyer, right? That you wanted to show so that
Yes. I
we
just
can
have to
share that flyer.
share my screen one more time, make sure I get the right one. Um,
I know technology is amazing, isn't it? Such
it
a cool
is.
opportunity.
So
Uh,
let's see.
all right. Here we go. Can you let's see if we can zoom in on it a little bit if you can. Can you?
Let me go back here.
There we go. So she goes down some. So there we go.
So literally just, and you can kind of see where Camp Chikagami is.
Ooh, it's up here.
It's way up. Yep. It's 4 hours up, but you can see some of our kids from previous years where they've done this
Yeah.
wonderful color fun run kind of stuff. They weren't running, but and here it shows what we need, because obviously this your child is going to be with the camp for an entire week.
Mhm.
So they want to make sure that they have their health information. We want to be prepared for emergencies, although we don't ever want an emergency. But
Now my question is, if a family doesn't have MDHS paperwork, what else would they need? Would they need a birth certificate, maybe?
because the qualifier that we use is that if you qualify for health insurance through the state of Michigan for your kids,
Okay.
then you
Okay.
qualify for our
Okay.
camp. So
Okay.
if your children get that My Child health care,
Mhm.
that's the MDHHS paperwork we're talking about.
Okay.
So with that, you have your account online on My Bridges where you can pull up who's on your case.
Mhm.
That also tells us that you are the person who has the authority to sign the documents to allow your child to stay for that week. So that's why we ask for that specifically.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
but immunization records, a copy of that health card, a photo are all things that we upload to the camp's system so that they have the picture of the child before the child arrives. They have the
Mhm.
information to share with the nurse. Same with the medication details. So the nurse knows that we're going to hand her that child's medication and she's going to have all the details of when that child needs to take their meds, how frequently, all of that to ensure, because they do have a nurse on staff, they have lifeguards on staff, they meet all of the state requirement. They have to be licensed through the state of Michigan as well and through the Episcopal Diocese. Um,
Yep. Understood.
we don't want to take children anywhere that isn't legit,
That's right.
safe, and yeah, we want to make sure that our kids, because by the time we're done, we feel like they're our kids. We
Of
spend enough
course.
time with them. We're playing. We're having fun. We're getting to know them at the pre-camp party. Um,
Well,
and
Miss Denise, they are
we
our
love
kids
them. They
because
are.
this is our village, and our village is doing something to get them into spaces that they probably wouldn't have an opportunity to go to.
And we
So
want to make sure that they have those opportunities
that's
because
right.
that's such a huge blessing for kids. And to
It
see them
is.
at the end of the week, and I literally had a young man run up to me. I kid you not. He got right up into my face and he's like, Miss Denise, I'm going next year. I'm so going back next year. And
And
I'm
he
like,
probably was one of the ones like, "Oh, this is gonna be boring. I don't
he
want to go."
was.
I'm sure he
He
was.
was. Oh my gosh. And then the ones that cry because they're like, "Can I please just stay another week? Can I
Oh,
please just stay?"
I'm sure it's peaceful. I'm
Oh,
sure it's like when we go on a vacation. We be like, "Ooh, can I have 2 more
just
days?
I need just a little more time here. I
one
just
more,
need a little more time here.
maybe one more day. The night can be
Yeah.
done, but just one more day." And understandably, right?
Right.
Because stress plays a factor in things, and a lot of our children are living in what's called fight or flight, and
Yeah.
things like this helps them to step out of that and to build. I'm just big on building them neural pathways that have
Yes.
been disrupted by trauma. So this is a way, and being outside, I'm gonna encourage adults, go outside, take
Yes.
a walk, look, I mean, breathe the air, get you somebody's dog or your own dog. So if you don't want to walk by yourself, just
Yeah.
it is so important.
It is.
So important. And I'm
Green
really
spaces.
thankful. Go
Yep.
ahead.
Take off your shoes and walk around in the grass barefoot.
Ooh,
Ground yourself, the
ooh.
green, it
So
all just makes you feel so much better.
I was so excited, but it just rained so much these past couple of days here in our Flint and Genesee County. But hopefully soon we will be able to get where we can walk outside. I just want to say thank you so much for coming and being a part of this conversation today, Denise, and just expressing what crossover is, what crossover provides, but also just the fun things that are happening. And parents, look, they have all of these things available for you. Don't despise it, right? Like holidays happen, right? And most of the time we are not prepared because we live in life and doing and going and going and going. And then you look up and you be like, "Oh my god, I need a turkey. Oh my god, I need, this one thing." And
Mhm.
I teach classes on that, but Denise also has provisions for that. So there you go. It's a win-win. So with
And
that
just
being said, go ahead, Denise.
I was just going to say, and with for kids for camp, we do also provide a lot of things to make sure that the
Mhm.
kids have all of the items they need when they get there. So there's a whole list of items they'll receive at the pre-camp party that then you can pack along with their other stuff. So
Yep, yep.
yeah,
And everybody wins. Look, parents, you
yeah,
even get like a week off. I'm just saying.
yeah.
Not that you don't love your children, I know you do, but they get to go do something and they get to come back and tell you how exciting it was.
Yeah.
And you get to clean your house maybe thoroughly while they're gone. It's hard to clean the house real good when they there because they in the way. So just a thought.
And get a little you time, a
That
little you
okay.
time where you
Okay,
can
Denise gave
just
you time. I was
do
having you
some
clean up, but go ahead.
just some peaceful time to yourself to just kind of reset.
Woosah. Yep, that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. Well, I'm gonna thank Denise for being here, and just if you need to contact Denise pertaining to this, I know the number was on the flyer, and we'll push it out again. But Denise, tell them where to go and how to register, and everything else. We know we saw the list of what was needed, but just a ending point of who to call,
Yes.
and what else after that.
So you can either give us a call at 810-234-2479. But if you go to crossoveroutreach.org, and that you'll go to, when you go to the website, we have our daily services tab and our annual services tab. Annual services tab is where you will find all the information about camp. You can download that flyer that I showed you. You can download the application with all the information you're going to need. And then you just give me a call and we'll set up a time for you to come in and we'll get everything put into the computer and all set. And your child will be signed up and ready to roll when July comes.
And twofold, if you don't have access, we can provide access.
Yeah.
There's no barriers to getting this done.
Yeah.
So I'm sure Denise has where you can upload or get the information for you so you can print it out. There's
Yep.
no barriers. So
Yep. We have
that,
copies of the packets here. We can schedule the time and just have you bring those items
there you
and your
go.
phone with contacts, and we will go through and we will do it together here. I can scan everything in right here. Yeah.
There you go. So
Whatever it takes to make it happen.
no barriers.
No barriers.
I like that. I like to hear no barriers. Well, at this time, we're gonna bid you adieu. We're gonna give you back the rest of your day because surely Denise and I have stuff that we have to do.
Just a
Because
little bit.
yeah, because we do run organizations, but we wanted to make sure that you knew what is happening literally right up underneath your nose. Opportunities to do some things and have your children to have an experience for a summer. It's important, once again, I'll keep saying it, to give them those opportunities because these are things that they'll be able to talk about when they grow up, and they'll be able to even express to their friends going back to school. It's important to be able to go back to school and have a story to tell. Don't you know what I did for the summer? That is important to children. I don't know, adults they don't think about that. But yeah, you want to be able to say, I went and done something. Like I went and seen a waterfall that we have here in Genesee. I mean, not in Genesee County, but in Michigan. And I rode on a bus, and it took us 4 hours to get there. Like that's really exciting. So
And there
I'm
was a bathroom on the bus.
and there's a bathroom on the bus because
That's always a big win.
on buses there's not a bathroom. Generally, those yellow buses that take your children back and forth to school, there's no bathroom. So having trips to stop and go to the bathroom is probably a really good thing for those who are driving,
Yes.
but it's probably very important for those who are on the bus.
Yeah.
So Denise, once again, thank you so much for crossover, providing these opportunities for our children, for our village, because we truly are all responsible for them learning and, dealing with stressors and being, just having organizations that offer opportunities for our children. It's so very important.
Absolutely. Thank you for all you do with your parenting classes at Mothers of Joy, Sharice. I
Oh,
appreciate your time and I appreciate you sharing.
Oh, no problem. It takes a village. I cannot dare try to do everything. Remember, we
Yeah.
all have lanes. We have we us some of us are zooming in a lot of different lanes, but it just the only thing that matters is that the lanes that we're in are providing productive opportunities,
Mhm.
and I'm just thankful to be a part of this community and watching us restore, watching us build back, and
Yeah.
watching us just getting, I won't say normal because I don't know what that is anymore, but just getting back to things to do. I'm just
Yep.
really an advocate for our families and parents going outside and playing with their kids, throw a frisbee, do some water balloons, something that engages you as a family, because what you want to produce is memories for your children, good memories, so that when they grow up and they have their own children, they can say, "Oh, I remember." Oh, quick story. Here I am. Denise know I like to do this. Quick story. In the wintertime, my mother probably was mad at all of us for this. But when it was all said and done, it created a memory because I remember it, and it was a happy time. She wasn't mad until the next day. But we wanted her to come outside and she wouldn't come outside. It was the winter time. So we brought the snowballs in the house. Children, do not, I repeat, do not do this. I am not advocating for children to bring snowballs in their house. But what I can say is my mother got so involved that we ended up outside, but it was a mess in the
Yeah.
house. But it was an opportunity. It was a time that I will never forget, and it was one of the most fun times. Even though us we took a chance, us children, in
Oh yeah.
doing that. Because grown ups get upset about stuff. But my mother, during that time, she just said, all right, I see. I'll go with it. And I pray, parents, that you take those opportunities and use them as teachable moments, because I'm sure if it was on a Friday, that Saturday, that means that everybody's cleaning the house together. There you go. It just works out for everybody. But create memories that encourage happiness, joy. We have so much doom and gloom and sadness.
Yeah.
We need things to replenish happy times. And I encourage you to do that. And I'm thankful that Denise is also offering an opportunity to do that. But like I said, we have things to do because we do stuff too. But I want you to have a good rest of your day. Be kind to yourself and to the people that you're responsible for, and take care. And we will talk to you soon. Bye bye for now.